What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Redefine Our Prime and Take One Review. My name's Chris.
I'm Ron.
And today we're going to be talking about the remake of Child's Play, starring Aubrey Plaza and the legendary Mark Hamill voicing Chucky. But before we start, if you can please take 1 second and click on that subscribe button. It would mean a lot, really help out the channel, and help us grow as we continue to provide you quality content and reviews. You did it? You're the best.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so let's jump right into the review. We'll start talking about the plot really quick. So it's really a remake. They're not going the demonic route this time, but it's still a doll that turns evil. That's the plot. There you go. Nailed it. Right, Ron?
Not exactly. There's a little
okay.
more to it. No, unlike the original where a serial killer possesses a doll after being shot by the police, this one, there's a sweatshop in Vietnam.
Yep.
And there's a supervisor gets mad at an employee and says he's fired, and the employee was like, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to turn one of these dolls into a murdering psychopath and change the hardware. And I don't know how that gets revenge on the company. Maybe he's hoping the company gets sued if the doll kills somebody.
Well, I love how when he's messing with the settings, and this is again in the first 3 seconds of the movie, while the credits are actually rolling, the intro credits, it says turn off all killing controls. It's one of the options. Why does this doll have
Why is that even an option?
But we figured it out. It's because they're using the original Chip Hazard small soldiers chip. From that movie.
That's right.
These guys found it, and that's what they used for the new Buddy dolls in 2019.
Yes, this is a small soldiers movie for adults. That's pretty much what it was. The end.
Yeah.
No, I was going.
But so the movie continues where Aubrey Plaza is the mom and the Andy character. They just moved. They don't have much. He's got a phone. It's broken, and it says that she has to work doubles and a lot, so they don't have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And someone comes in and returns one of these Buddy dolls. Right? It's defective. She says that because it's the one with the bad chip. Obviously, she said, "Oh, its eyes turned red and it started stuttering. I don't want it anymore." So Aubrey Plaza gets it and brings it home to her son. And honestly, the first 15 minutes of the movie were probably my favorite parts, right? It's actually cute.
Yeah.
Watching this doll when they turn it on, and there's a really funny little Easter egg where the doll, he goes to name it and he says, "I'm going to call you Han Solo." And the doll's like, "I'll be called Chucky." He's like, "No, I said Han Solo." It's funny because it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I enjoyed the first 15 minutes of Chucky being alive. I sympathized with him. He was very innocent. He was trying to learn things, and he was defective, and Chucky knew he was defective, and the kid wanted to play with him anyway. So it was walking him through his room, holding his hand, saying, "Here's all my stuff," and this and that. The only major difference is that in this film, the kid Andy is about 12 years old. In the original, he's 5. The main reason why he wanted the doll, I think, was because it's kind of like an Alexa. Kind of, it controls all
everything.
Your technology. You could hook it up, you could sync it to your Bluetooth and all that stuff into your the cloud. Yeah, and
it's the Kaplan company literally owns everything. They own your Ubers, they own your thermostat, they own your lights, everything. Right. So you control it via the app or a Buddy doll.
Yes. Back to the characters. Let's get to some criticisms. The characters felt so one-dimensional. First of all, in the original, they felt like real people. I believe this was a mother and a son. I believe that was a cop. In this one, not so much. They're very one-dimensional. The mother is probably in her late 20s because she probably had a teen pregnancy. I think she said it. She mentioned something like that.
She had a very eventful Sweet 16.
Yeah. So, and she's not a very good mother. She's kind of like a deadbeat mom, kind of. And then you got, is that even a term, deadbeat mom?
I feel like they're definitely down on their luck. She's trying to work hard, but she's a young mom. The boy, not getting too much into details, obviously we're no spoilers here, but yeah, they definitely don't have an easy go, and the man that's involved is a dick. Yeah,
the movie kept reminding you of that every time the guy was on screen. She'd make him cupcakes or muffins or something. Yep. And she's like, "Hey, I never baked before. I think they came out good." He's like, "Oh, great. Well, I'd rather have a beer." And then it's like, all right, I get it. We don't like them. And then, I'm sure you could put the pieces together. But a major difference in the original Detective Mike, right, the cop, was a central part of the plot. He was after Charles Lee Ray in the beginning, and eventually he teams up to take down Chucky. In this one, he's kind of just this cop who happens to have his mother living in the building. And he kind of gets to know Andy and the mother, and then later on he gets involved with that. So that was a major difference. He was actually the only guy who felt like a real character.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he was kind of like a one-liner, funny type guy. He was down to earth. I enjoyed his character. But yeah, what else do you have to say?
Well, then they introduce other friends. It's kind of like the movie. The movie is to describe it, it's a comedy with horror elements.
Yeah,
to it.
it's definitely a comedy
not
first,
a horror movie. And they introduce, like, he gets other friends, and it's kind of reminds me of, like, the Losers Club. And then it just, obviously, you have to see for yourself what happens with Chucky. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just to kind of say my last piece for the movie. As a non-Child's Play fan, I'm not a fan of the 1988. I'm not a diehard fan of those movies. I had a fun time. I laughed. I thought it was cute in the beginning. It wasn't too scary for someone who doesn't like scary movies. I love Mark Hamill, and I thought his voice was great. He was very, very creepy in the movie. I liked the characters enough to keep me interested in it. It's not a very long movie, too, so it's quick. So you can't even be like, oh, that dragged out, because it gets moving pretty fast. So from a I wish it was the original type person, I thought it was good. Okay. I enjoyed it.
I, on the other hand, am a fan of the original, so I'm going to have to go a little bit on the other way there. Once again, we've done the AI before with Small Soldiers, the Terminator, you name it, they've done it. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that. They wanted to make it like modern times, like I said before, with like Alexa and how smartphones are taking over everything. But Chucky just never really felt alive. He was always... He kind of misunderstood exactly what he was doing. He would take things like Andy would say and take them out of context. Like Andy would say, oh my God, I hate that guy. And then Chucky would go do something about it. Whereas in the first one, he was the soul of an evil person. Murderer. Yes, he knew exactly what he was doing. Andy was like a means to an end. And he felt more sinister in the original. And there was never one of those freak out moments like in the first one where she was going to throw him into the fire. He was kind of just like, hi, I'm Chucky. Yeah. Want to play? I'm going to go kill your pet. Man, like that's kind of how he was. He really wasn't, and he used his finger to turn on technology and it lit up and I couldn't help thinking of E.T. Yeah, I just kept thinking of E.T. and I was waiting for the music to start playing, Yep. Yeah, I personally, if you're a Chucky fan, Child's Play fan, yeah, don't waste your money on this one. Just check it out on a Saturday afternoon if you have nothing better to do. But it's entertaining. I was entertained, I guess. Just very cliched, very predictable. The comedy was misplaced, especially in the end. Yeah, man.
So there you have it. I think that's the review. So if you were a Child's Play fan, the old ones, you want that Brad Dourif 1988 Chucky style feel, you will not get it in this movie. If you're not a diehard fan and you just want to go and see it and have a good time, have a couple drinks, grab your friends and go, you will have a good time with it. Anything else?
That's all.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time back here on Redefine Our Prime. Have a great one. Andy.
Wanna play?
My name's Han Solo. Wanna play?
No, it's Chucky.
Ah, shit.